Hey, Nico Alvarez here, and today the topic we're going to talk about has to do with adversity and how it affects us. But first, let me throw a situation at you. Have you ever been a kid growing up, riding a bike? Maybe you fell off, hurt your knee. Maybe you had a sports team and they lost to the rivals. Maybe you got in a schoolyard fight and you lost. I know we can all relate to this, some more than others. I know I sure can. You see, I'm no stranger to adversity. I've been very upfront about my past, whether it be losing my sight, losing a parent young, getting in trouble with the law, and that has to do with what we're going to talk about. Not only that, but this same topic has to do with my philosophy final, and I've been doing some research. Today's topic, we will talk about John Hick's soul-making theodicy. We will talk about some key vocabulary, the atheist problem of evil, John Hick's thesis, and the main concepts of it. Let's get right into it. Here in the vocabulary corner, we'll go over some key terms so that you know what I'm talking about. The first will be, what is a theodicy? A theodicy, in essence, is a defense for God. A defense for God in that the atheist's problem of evil. Why would an all-knowing, all-good God have evil around? Atheists can't wrap their head around it, so usually they think that there is no God. The second would be, what is moral evil? Moral evil is our conscious decisions to do wrong, such as robbing a bank, such as maybe cheating on a spouse, such as slapping someone in the face, and as such. The third and final would be natural evil. Natural evil are things that happen that we really can't control, such as earthquakes, tsunamis, tornadoes, or things like the plague, coronavirus, and cancer. Now that we covered some of these topics, or should I say terms, let's go on to our next point. The atheist problem of evil. Michael Thune quotes from the Stanford Encyclopedia of Philosophy that the atheist problem of evil is that why would there be an all-knowing, all-good, all-powerful God and he allow bad things to happen? Why would he allow pain and suffering? Now, most atheists can't wrap their head around that. Now that we've covered and set the groundwork for Mr. Hick's argument, let's get into it. John Hick's assumption is this: that God is real and that he created things a certain way. His thesis statement says that evil is necessary and that we are born without morals, and that the process is slow and time-consuming in the situation that we go through in the world that builds our morals. Now that I've said that, let's get on to the next part, the key concepts. The first key concept and assumption is this. Once again, God is real and that he has an epistemic nature, which really means he makes his presence vague. Is he there? I'm not sure. He might be. It's not sure. No one's clear, depending who you ask. And the reason for this is that if God was there and we knew, then all of us would act out of fear, and our virtues and our soul-making, so to speak, process would be hindered. The second concept is that the world is full of evil, that God purposely made an imperfect world for the prospect of soul-making. Atheists always confuse what heaven ought to be with what the world should be. They think that the world should be a place where it's all focused on pleasure and there's no pain. The third concept, John Hicks argues that. John Peepo states from the first two concepts and this third from his John Hicks Soul-Making course online that evil is necessary for a couple reasons. That the evil in the world is there for the process of soul-making as moral growth, in that we need evil to know what good is. For the reason we know what hot is because there's cold. The reason we know what tall is because there's short. And that if God were to take away evil, not only would it make these virtues meaningless in that everything would be robotic. You can go walk up to someone, slap them in the face, it would be the same as a high five if there were no evil. There's also that would also interfere with our free will and our freedom. And he gave that to us. All in all, these are the three concepts in John Hicks' soul-making The Odyssey. Now, what did we learn today? We went over John Hicks' soul-making theodicy in that we went over some key vocabulary. We went over the atheist problem of evil. We went over his thesis statement. And we went over the three main concepts. What do you think about it? I urge all of you to go out and check it out. With that said, do you think pain and suffering is necessary? Or could you do without it?